So
That's why I'm so passionate about, if the girls come home and they talk about things that they've heard from their teacher or from other kids, and we talk about it, and I'm saying,
that's great.
it is I said it's totally up to you to believe what you want,
There
what
you
you
go.
feel is right. I said, but you need to learn about it.
Right.
You need to research it. You need to,
Look at other possibilities.
right.
Yes. In my little essay there about the raindrop, that's the whole theme that runs through that, is that everybody has their own truth, and it's real for each person. What it is they believe in their heart, it's real. I don't care how somebody, as an example, somebody can tell me that they've been abducted by an alien and taken up into the spaceship and worked on. You know what? I don't particularly ascribe to that. It's possible that there are aliens. It probably is. I've never seen any that I know of, but it's a very, very, possible. But
Well, I did have someone that I know very well that was in the military that was told that there were alien bodies in this one place that they were at.
well, sure.
So,
Well, I watch all those programs, Ancient Aliens, and it
'cause
all
I had
makes
to,
so
pull
much
that out of
sense.
this person. That's why they're remaining nameless. But I had to, and they're not in the military anymore. But I had
But
to pull it out of them.
yeah, the point I'm making is, though, that whether I believe, if somebody tells me they've been taken up into a spaceship, whether or not I believe that makes no difference, because to them that's real. That's
Right.
their reality, and we're all making our reality as we go along. You know, so whatever you believe, that's real for you, and that's why all this is illusionary, and depending on your perception of things. And again, that's the problem. If this person wants to say they've been abducted by an alien, I'm not going to say, well, you're wrong and I'm right. I'm going to tell you, well, you know what, that's interesting, and just keep on, and maybe they'll do it again.
I'm gonna
Learn
wanna
all
hear
you
more
can
about it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But that's the thing. See, you learn to let everybody else have their own truth, whatever it might be. And if they don't belong to your religion, don't tell them they're going to go to hell. Say, I tell everybody now, religion is a furthest thing from my mind. It's not a part of my life. But if somebody else finds joy and comfort in that religion, I say, you know what? I am so happy for you. I'm glad it brings you peace. I don't understand how you can be comfortable with that, but if you are, great. And I'm not going to try to change you for nothing. My truth is my truth. Anything I say or do is only for me. I'm not, everything that I write, even on my blog and in my books and whatever, it's like, this is only my truth. I'm just putting it out there for you to see. If you read it, if you get something out of it that strikes you as, well, that might be right to think about it, great. If you read it and you think that's a bunch of hogwash, great. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. I don't care. I'm just putting it out there, but I want everybody to know it's my truth only. But that's, you get so many people, and I've watched YouTube videos and read books, and they'll tell you, well, this is what I've discovered. And that's why we are as human beings, because we believe it. It feels so right to us. So then we want to spread that truth to everybody else. And if they don't get it, then we just discard them. Well, they won't listen, or they're wrong. And that's what creates all the problems in the world. It don't have to be that way. Live and let live. That's the old saying.
Yeah.
That's so simple, but life is simple. And we make it so damn hard for no reason. There's no reason to be like that. I don't get it. I really don't. And people get upset with other people because they don't believe like they do. And they want to judge and condemn. And you say you don't judge. Well, it says in the Bible, judge not that you be not judged. Well, I got news for you. We're all going to make judgments every day. There's no way around it. But I think what Jesus was talking about was that, by judging, he means you don't tell somebody they're wrong. You don't condemn them. You let them go on, and be happy.
One thing we different, you don't believe in ghosts.
Well, there's no ghost in my world. There's no spirits. There's no demons. But that doesn't mean I don't believe that there's not such thing as ghosts. Because again, like the person that got abducted in the spaceship, That's their reality. So if you think there are ghosts, you see ghosts, you experience the apparitions and whatever, then yes, there are ghosts.
But I haven't. But I still believe that
Well,
there's
that's
possibility.
fine. Well, it's very possible. Even Don Juan talks about all the entities on Earth that we're not aware of. If you, I've read his entire series. If you read all of his books, I don't remember which book it's in, but he talks about that, teaching Castanado about all the entities that are already here, that they've been here on this earth before humans, and that's very, very possible. But to say, I wouldn't say no, I don't believe in ghosts. I just say there's no ghost in my reality, no demons and no nothing influencing me. Again, I think the concept of the devil is just man's way of the same way with the God concept. If you believe in a malevolent, or not a malevolent, that's evil, right? But if you believe in
Benevolent.
there you go. If you believe in that kind of God, well, I can see where that brings you peace of mind. You got somebody you can talk to ask for things, and to me, that there's no way that there's an entity out there that you can plead with to intercede on your behalf. I don't think it works that way. And people that believe in prayer, I'm all for that. It brings them peace of mind. But if you think about it with an open mind, that's just like I remember here in Illinois, it's not too long ago. I don't know how many years ago it's been, but there was a tornado that come through, and it hit a community. And there was one house here that it destroyed the house and killed a couple of people, I think. I know at least one. And then the house next door wasn't touched. And on the news, they were interviewing the people that had survived, the house that didn't get hit. And this woman said, well, I just thank God that God spared me. We prayed, and God spared us. And I'm thinking, you know what, if the people next door who got killed, if I was their family member, I think I'd resent you coming and saying that, like, God spared you, but he chose to take my loved ones. That makes no sense.
Who were probably sitting there praying too.
Yeah, exactly. Now, prayer, that's another whole topic.
I think of it as intention, and we
It
can
is.
sending that energy, and we can create that.
That's
We're sending our energy to that positive energy.
exactly. That's what, to me, that's what prayer is.
Or meditating.
Right, same thing. You put out, because life, this human life, is a reflection of your innermost thoughts and your beliefs. And that's where a lot of people get confused, is because a lot of their beliefs are so deeply ingrained and buried that they're not even aware of them anymore, but they still, those beliefs keep coming back constantly. And it's hard to overcome all that. But yeah, prayer, to me, the only prayer that I ever say is like, thank you, Spirit, and that's it. To me, that's the only one that's necessary, the only one that's needed. I don't care what I'm going through. If I go to a doctor today and he says, well, you got cancer, you got 4 months to live, I'm going to shake his hand and say, well, thank you, Doc. And I'm not going to go home and pray to a mythical figure can you spare me from this? I don't think it works that way. Like Don Juan in one of the books, talking to Castanado, who was religious, and he says, there is no God that way. Nobody has enough power to affect the whole. The Creator, the Creator just expresses itself. And that's another thing. Accidents happen. People get killed in a car wreck or get killed in a tornado or whatever, and people will say, well, God decided it was time for them to go home. Well, you can feel that way. I don't. Accidents happen sometimes, and you die. It don't mean that there's a God somewhere that declared, well, this is your time to go.
Right.
But I believe we all will go when the time's right, but I don't think that is dependent upon a supreme being that's already marked down when
Saying,
you're gonna die.
your number's up.
Right.
I think a lot of people in religion, their God and everything is out there.
Right.
And they're wanting that out there to heal them or whatever, when
Right.
our body, it's proven, has the ability to heal itself.
The healing is already within you. Everything that you need for a productive, great life is already within you. You are that power expressing as God. Back in my younger days, actually this was probably what started me on my spiritual quest. Was at the point when I was unlearning the religion because it didn't feel right in my heart. I accidentally stumbled upon the Science of Mind teachings, which has served me well through the years. And I used to write stories. Well,
Yeah, I know.
wrote
I've got.
What About You?
I've
Yeah.
got a lot of them.
But anyway, that was again at that point in my life. I was still ego based and was still a neophyte and learning as I went along. But yeah, the power is within you for everything, and that's why looking outside of yourself for somebody to save you or to help you or to tell you what to do, it don't work that way in my reality. And the same way to create the devil, which the religion, they create a god, so you got somebody on your side, but then they create the devil, who's the Antichrist, and he's pulling at you. So that gives you actually the leeway to say, well, yeah, I messed up. I stole $50 from my neighbor when they wasn't looking. Well, you know what? I wouldn't have done that if it hadn't been for the damn devil tempting me. Well, to me, that's a cop-out. Again, looking at the path that leads back to yourself. You just do stupid things sometimes, Today, I wouldn't take anything from anybody because I don't want to, because it goes against my philosophy. But somebody that is a thief, I don't particularly like thieves. I don't want to be around them. I don't want them in my house. People I can't trust. But you know what? I look back and think, I can see how they got to that point. And that's all they know. So I'm not going to debase them or degrade them or nothing. I might say, I wish you wasn't a thief, but I'm going to love them anyway. That's, to me, that's the simple philosophy I got. You just love everybody. You can't control them. You can't fix them. You can love them. You can always do that. So,
I have like 3 things that go along with that. When I was little, and on Sunday morning or whenever getting ready for church, and Daddy was always watching the 700 Club, and they talk about the missionaries going to other countries, and I was like, I never could understand why, because they have I knew then they have their own culture, their own religions, their own beliefs. Why are we going over there and screwing up their thing? And it's one of the things Joseph Campbell says that he went to talk to a guru. I can't remember exactly the name or where it was, but his first question he asked him was, in the face of brutality and war and everything, and all the suffering in the world, how can you say yes? And the guy said, well, for me and you, we must say yes, because you aren't, he says, that's what I really believe that Jesus was saying. Who are we to judge? And I went to a church several years ago to ask for some assistance, and the guy I was talking to, I know I blew him away, but he was talking about the missionary work, and that it was our job to go to these, backwards cultures.
Straighten them out, so to speak.
That, murdered and raped and
Right.
cannibals and
Right.
everything, and straighten them out. And I'm like, no, it's not.
And no.
I said, that's not my place to judge. That's God's place to judge that. That's not mine. And he went, I've never heard anybody say that. And I was like, oh, it's just the way I believe.
Well, I agree with you. I think that's true.
I mean, you should have seen the look on his face. I kind of felt bad for him because he didn't know how to respond to it.
Right.